Goodbye, old friend. Still showing. Mongrel camp. But I have a bit of a problem as well. New addition since I was here last, they put a room up top. There goes $300 worth of brand new tyre. Fantastic. Specie. Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here. You might notice a bit of a change in vehicle at the moment. Poor old Padge has probably done about 500 kilometres in the last 2 years since I took ownership of Max, so I thought I may as well get her out and give her a bit of a run, hey? There's another reason why I'm driving the Padge, we'll get to that shortly. But anyway, what I thought I would do is I'd do a bit of a recap of all the adventures that I've got to during the year. It's been my biggest year to date, in fact. I've chalked up like nearly 18,000 kilometres and 89 nights in the swag this year, so yeah, it's been huge. Sit back, we'll go find out what's going on with Max, and then we'll go do a review of all the trips that I've done during the year. So we're here at Nationwide Diesel Services, NDS. Let's go in and see if we can see what's going on with Max.
What we've got, so we've got the hydrocarbon machine. It basically just creates hydrogen.
Yeah, so it burns hotter and burns all your carbon off.
Yeah, so
in effect.
You can tell it's working by the little bits of moisture droplets that are coming through.
Oh yeah.
And then we just hook it into the intake.
Yeah.
Just in there. And we run it for about an hour. And then we take it for a drive afterwards, just around the block. But yeah, so all the intake's been off, all cleaned up for you. All the ports are being scraped out as far as we can get in there.
How bad were they?
Not the worst we've seen, but certainly not the
They're
greatest.
getting there.
Yeah, they're getting, it's pretty consistent for a car this age.
Yeah.
When it goes.
Anyway, so that's what's happening with Max. We just chalked up 180 thou, so thought I'd get the intake manifold cleaned out. Unfortunately, I missed seeing it, but there's some photographs that are coming, so I'll show you the photographs when I get them. But Nationwide Diesel Services, if you're in the Perth northern suburbs and you want to give your second love some loving, give the guys at Nationwide a call. First up, first trip for the year. First trip for the year wasn't until the last week of March, so it was a late start. I'm actually surprised I got so many nights in under canvas with such a late start. That one was a 7-day trip with Trev and Mick down to Bremer Bay area. So let's recap some of the things that happened on that trip. It was a ripper, good way to start the year.
watched him go and his front just went bomb.
Yeah. Job done. 5k's up the beach to the hut. The Bluff Creek Hilton, and here's our little campsite for the night on Beaufort Inlet. Not a bad little spot. I'll go now and show you what the others are up to. Check out Mr. Carpet Python. How cool is that? Cheers. Welcome to our little patch of paradise. Come on, I'll show you around. That's our little beach. And our camp for the night.
Your Majesty, fine choice, you happy?
Thank you, sir. I'm happy because you lost the bet. The bet was you're going to supply me a beer. Hand delivered. Next time when I tell you to turn at the TL sign to go down to the beach, take it. And you won't have to do this shit.
Trevor's tours are about adventure. Not grey nomading, adventure.
Quarter to 6, we're in at camp. Back to Miller's Point, so we were camped over the other side of the inlet there a couple of nights ago. Maybe 3-4 kilometres away. It's all happening here. Time for a beer. Then fast forward a few weeks to Easter, which was in April this year. I got away with 10 days. First 3 days were with my old Canning Stock Route travelling buddy Steve and his wife Bren. We also had Chunky Dunk and his mate Phil join us for one night in the Helena and Auroras. We then made our way to Lake Ballard. Chunky Dunk went his own direction. Steve Bren and his son Chase and his girlfriend left the following morning after Lake Ballard. And I then spent the next 8 days, I think it was, travelling solo through some remote parts of the goldfield and having my first crack at taking some astro photos. good afternoon. We made it to the campground at the Helena and Auroras. It's been a pretty warm day, and the reason I'm wearing my current attire is because the Flying Sultanas are a bit on the severe side. Morning Steve, morning Bren.
Morning.
How are we all travelling? Good night last night?
Yeah, good night.
Wasn't bad.
A few beers, a few bourbons.
Better than Chase's tent.
Yeah, well, that's probably my fault.
Not a bad spot for lunch, apart from the bloody flies.
Dust storms really bad.
Everyone's pinched all me shade. Welcome to Lake Flyblown, Ballard. Got in here, I don't know, an hour or so ago. Had the drone up, had a bit of a fly. Just sitting down having a beer. It's a bit on the warm side. How's the Serenity, hey? What time is it? 8:30. I've just taken a couple of cracker astro photos. I'll include them after this clip. You got to be joking. Look at the inside of my windscreen. Far out. Yeah, well, I know it's been very hot and the flies have been bloody pretty ordinary to say the least, but I mean, how can you beat camp? Nice campfire, dinner in the oven, glass of red. If only you could smell what the camp oven smells like. Well, you know shit's about to get serious when I start putting boots on. 8:20 now. On the move. I'm going to be pissed off because this track doesn't actually look too bad. I will be annoyed if I could have driven all the way down here. Wow. You know, it's been about 8 years, I think, when I first laid eyes on this thing. And that's how long it's taken me to get here. That sign there, I believe, must be new, but here's the plaque that I come to look for. I want to pay homage to George Scalaro, an Aussie that lives in the States. I've had the pleasure of meeting him once. We've shared a bit of intelligence over the years. A remarkable fellow and explorer. Same with Rod Watson, another remarkable fellow. We then fast forward to the end of April and into May. Razr's the racing, so I've been really slack. I think I've only published 2 episodes of that, so there's more of that to come. But in a nutshell, that was what was planned to be a 10-day trip with my good mate Len and his mate Cole through the Great Victoria Desert. Unfortunately, when we poked our nose into Laverton, COVID had hit Perth. Perth had gone into lockdown, so I rung the boss and scored an extra week of leave while I was out there, so I didn't come home. So a 10-day trip turned into 26. Now we've made it. Cardunya Rocks, apparently. So we had a bit of a navigational challenge. We got split up there for a little bit, but we've all joined up back together again. I'll give you a quick look around. As you can see, not a lot of sun left. It's going to go down behind that rock pretty soon. Damn, check that out. That is pretty impressive. We got plenty of firewood for the night, so that's cool. Yeah, it should all be good. 50 kilometres north of where we camped, just come across this signage. I thought I might stop for a bit. Mongrel Camp. Good lad. New addition since I was here last. They put a room up top with the gun turret and all. Again, you've seen all this before, but 7mm shack, bloody awesome. One down, we found the rock hole.
Oh, you got it.
So I've rung the boss. I'm not going home. I'm going to stay up here now. It's the Anzac Day, the 25th, lest we forget. And I'm going to stay up here, and I won't be back home now until the 18th of May. So I've got about 3 weeks up here on my own. Well, as I sit here by the fire, having my first beer, fighting off the flies on their last stand before the sun goes down. Tomorrow I'll head into Laverton, because young Mick's coming up from Perth, so we'll catch up with Mick in Laverton, and then we'll spend a week or so together trying to find where this yellow is, because it's got me buggered. And I thought, that doesn't feel good. There goes $300 worth of brand new tyre. Fantastic. Welcome to another shitty tour, Mick.
And it's definitely shitty. You're getting better.
It's definitely shitty. The class of shitty's improving. There ain't no doubt about that.
Lucky I like the rain.
Hey, cheers. And
Cheers.
flat tyres. Don't know about you, mate, young Mick, but I'm just about over this bloody prospecting crap.
The gold's out there, we just can't find it.
There's a nice patch of gold on the horizon. Better catch it before it goes down, I guess. Well, cheers everyone. The pending ground that we went and had a look at today wasn't fruitful. We didn't even pull the detector out. We ended up trucking along a few kilometres, 350 odd k's today, and we've ended up in Wiluna. And a special little place, North Pool. I don't think I've seen North Pool with so much water in it before. This can't be good. Oh dear. Thanks for the payment for the shitty tour, Mick. You're a champion. Good stuff. Let's go find some gold, shall we?
Now there is gold.
Well, now we know there is.
Sweet.
Then came August. I took a month's long service leave, and like the year before, I went up to the Pilbara for a month. I think I was gone 25 days. Absolutely awesome adventure. I got a ton of video and photos I still have to get through. That'll be following the Razr the racing when I finally get around to finishing that off. So again, I apologise for the lateness in getting all these done, but it's coming, trust me. Hey everyone, guess who we got on this trip? We got young Bruce.
Again?
Cheers, young fella.
Cheers, mum. Thanks for the invite.
That's all right. How's the Serenity, eh?
Ah, awesome. Been way too long.
I just know where all the shitty spots are, don't I? Another fantastic night by a fantastic piece of scenery on the Murchison River.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how to pick them, don't I? Not a bad way to spend an afternoon, stuck in a dusty old shed, drinking beers by the fire. Exploring an old house. Not too shabby at all. Oh dear. 4 o'clock this morning. We're stuck in a lake. My new swag leaks. We're hundreds of kilometres from bitumen. We're going to drive all this crap. Well, good morning from the heart of iron ore country. Probably about 15 kilometres out of Newman at the moment. At a place called Silent Gorge. It was a mad scramble getting in here last night, so I didn't get on the video. I've packed up camp already, or pretty much. And this morning I'm just going to go for a short stroll up the gorge to have a look. Well, the track was good while it lasted. It's a bit rough in these down in these water courses. Would you have a go at that? No wonder the Indigenous reckon it's a sacred place. Just have a look at that. I just went and introduced myself to these people. And one of the dude goes, Shane? I said, yeah. How do you know that? He goes, we watch all your videos. Can't believe it. So I'm miles from anywhere. And I've got a fan club. What a spin out. Lifting wheels, losing traction. Oh, I'm not liking this at all. Storm in a teacup. Holy mackerel. Everywhere I go in this place, all I can say is just wow. And good one. Someone's left a poo ticket right in front of the sign for Mount Mahari. You idiot. Time to give Max a wash. Well, g'day. from Whitnoom Gorge. Ah, that's good. How good's the scenery here, hey? Well, that's embarrassing. I'm stuck in a creek. Can't get the bastard into four-wheel drive. Bloody thing just won't lock into four-wheel drive. Let's get this shitty show on the road, shall we? Shut up, you bastards. Ah, that's better. Turning paradise into a home. Just like Mum used to make. So the main reason I'm out here is to pay homage to my friend Joe Fury, who is the man who put this letterbox here. The guy's an absolute legend of the Pilbara, and I'm glad that he considers me one of his friends.
Well, I've said to the person, you may leave the Pilbara, go away. The Pilbara will never leave you.
Yeah.
You'll see a colour. It doesn't matter where you are. You'll see a colour, or you'll see the shape of a tree, and it'll remind you of the Pilbara.
Well, here we are at the Kirkalocka 24-hour roadside rest area where I've decided to camp up for the night and just have a go at all these wildflowers, will you? How magnificent is that? Well, good morning. The last morning of the trip. Sun's about to rise, coffee's on the go. I'm about to pack and head for home. Not to be outdone with all my trips away come September, so I'd only been home a few weeks from the Pilbara, and I had another 10 days off. Mick and myself, we shot up towards Mount Magnet area for 10 days. We searched and searched and searched around. Again, I didn't take any video of that trip, so got nothing really to show for it. I'd never actually unearthed a piece of gold on film before, so we'll see what happens. It'll be that. You little ripper. I just found my first piece. And then in November I did a couple of solo trips. One was 7 days duration, the other one was 4 days duration. I've named them Loose Ends and Looser Ends. The idea was I was going to go and try and finish off some of the bits that some of the loose ends that I'd left behind from the year. Unfortunately, you'll have to wait to see the video for Loose Ends to see how that one turned out, but it didn't turn out as I had planned and sort of wasted half my leave. But anyway, such is life. Well, hello again. It's early November. I've got another week off. So instead of staying home mowing lawns, I thought I'd come out in the scrub again. was given some intelligence about some Aboriginal art. Personally, from what I can see, I don't think that art's going to exist because I can't really see any outcrops. Well, I've had a good look around this outcrop. I've just got some stuff at the front edge here to check out, and I think we've exhausted all avenues here. The information that I have is very vague anyway. Well, not a lot on the video today, unfortunately. All I've really done is drive. Only done about 80 odd kilometres. I've made my way to the Mount Jackson Road. I went and checked out Kawana Homestead again. Thought the set of hills at the back might be worthwhile camping up at, but I went down there, I wasn't that impressed with it, so I moved on. I've come up to Currajong Tank. It's probably 5 kilometres down the road, and I've continued on up the Sandplain track and found this nice little spot here. So I'm going to sit down with a beer by the fire and contemplate getting dinner ready. Don't think it's as high as what it was in April, which isn't surprising. Finches are loving it. And there you go. And it's still standing. From memory, one of these rooms was all fly blown before. Now Jackson Homestead. Well, that's a bit of a concern, hey? I don't know if you can see on the video, got some showers falling over there. Got a bigger shower falling down over there. I don't really want to be out here when it's wet, because it's horrible. Oh dear. That be thunder. I don't think there's going to be a lot in it, but I'm not prepared to push on until I know what it's going to do. I've also got the problem where it won't go into four-wheel drive again, so that's a bit of a pain. So I'm just going to have to sit here and wait now until this rain stops and get my awning up. Well, good morning. Far from it, in fact. It's really nice by the fire last night. Clouds had broken up. Lots of lightning everywhere in the distance. But yeah, it was pretty good. Unfortunately, 3 o'clock this morning, the rain's come in. I so want to be over there. I should really pull my fire pit out and put it just at the entrance to my awning, but I can't be stuffed doing that either. Look at the ground, look how much water's on it. Unbelievable. Far out, Brussels sprout. My trip is now officially screwed. a couple of weeks later, I had a 4-day break, so I said, stuff it, I'm going to go and see if I can knock off one or two of those loose ends that I didn't get to knock off on loose ends. So I called that video Looser Ends, and I'll play a couple of highlights from that. You would have seen the trailer anyway. I put the trailer up for that one. Would be so convenient if we could just go straight ahead, but alas, we can't. So it looks a bit dodgy this, but this is the way to the start of the sandplane track. I'm doing 50 k's, so they're pretty fast, eh? Well, hello. Welcome to my little camp off the sandplane track. Been a bit slack, didn't pull the video out when I got in, but I have had a couple of beers. It's pretty warm, 37 odd degrees, so I've made some improvements on the energy status for tonight. Alrighty, back on public road again, Mount Jackson Road. Road rules apply. Alright, lunch done. Let's go have a look at this soak, shall we? Here's our soak. I'm sure it's got a lot more water in it now than when I looked at it when I was last here at Easter. Aha! You little ripper. I finally get to knock off one of my loose ends. We found it. That is a cool find. Very happy about that. There's actually a little bit more water here than normal. Well, welcome to my little camp at the Helena and Auroras. Just over the back there, in between the trees. Just up there, you can see the top of one of the smaller hills, part of the range. Good morning, everyone. Not too shabby a way to spend your morning, hey? God damn ya. This track's certainly more eroded than I recall the last time I come down here, that's for sure. Yeah, what do we got here then? Oh, well, that's not good. I've bottomed out. Oh, hey, 180,000. That's about 45,000 I've put on max in the last just over 18 months. Well, now that I've made bullfinch, I thought that I might stop at the pool for a bit of a swim. Bullfinch swimming pool, circa 1957. Somehow I don't think there's going to be a lot of swimming to be had. Did my usual trick and looked everywhere that I shouldn't have. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. One case found. You ripper.
Well, good morning from the Urban Merinos farm.
Guess I'm not sleeping in this morning, hey?
Listen to the noisy bastards. So anyway, last night was night number 89 in the swag for the year. That's not a bad effort. I'd just like to thank you all for coming along. Hope I showed you some pretty cool places out here. I love it out here. It's close to home relatively. There's just so much to see and do. At least I didn't get rained in this time, so that's a good thing.
And that, my friends, was 2021. Bloody huge year. 89 nights in the swag. My busiest year ever. I don't know what's going to happen in 2022 because the government here has just announced that this massive variant, that's COVID variant that's wiping out the world at the moment, we're going to open our borders on February 5. So there's a bit of a shadow over 2022. We'll have to see what happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my recap of 2021. I'd like to wish you all the very best for Christmas. Hope you have a great new year without lockdowns like some of you poor buggers have been through this year. And I'd just like to thank you for all your support. Without you guys watching my stuff, this would all be for nothing. So anyway, stay tuned. We've still got Razrs to race and to finish. And then we're going to get onto the Pilbara because there's some spectacular stuff there. You got a snippet in this video of what's to come. So we'll see you all in 2022. Be good. Have a great year. We'll catch you on the next video. Until then, bye for now.